What if I told you that the biggest obstacle standing between you and your dreams isn't the world or your circumstances or even your failures, but something far more insidious? Something you've been carrying with you for far too long, unnoticed, but still controlling your every move. That something is doubt. It's the voice that whispers in your ear when you try something new, what if you fail? It's the hesitation that creeps in when you're about to take that first step toward a goal. Are you really good enough for this? It's the seed planted deep in your mind that slowly grows into a belief that tells you that your dreams are too big, that you're not capable, that others are more deserving than you. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's always there, quietly eating away at your confidence, your self-worth, and your ability to move forward. Doubt is the silent enemy, the one that doesn't make a dramatic entrance but takes root and subtly influences every decision you make. It doesn't let you see your true potential, and it doesn't allow you to realize the greatness that lies just beyond the fear. It's the poison that convinces you to wait until the time is perfect. But here's the cruel irony. There will never be a perfect time. Doubt thrives in that very waiting, in the hesitation, in the endless cycle of thinking, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, and neither do your dreams. This is how doubt holds you hostage. It's not about a lack of ability. It's about convincing you that you can't do it, that you're not worthy of success, that someone else will always be faster, better, more deserving. But ask yourself this, what if you've been listening to the wrong voice all along? What if that voice of doubt is a lie? The truth is, you are capable. You are more powerful than you think. But as long as you let doubt control you, you'll never see it. You'll never experience what it feels like to break free from its grip and realize that the only thing standing between you and your dream life is a choice. The choice to believe that you are worthy. The choice to take that first step even when you don't have all the answers, even when you feel uncertain. And here's the thing, that first step, it's enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be taken. Because every time you step forward, even just a little, you begin to silence that voice of doubt. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that doubt doesn't have control over you. The more you prove that you are stronger, more capable, and more deserving than doubt ever wanted you to believe. But the longer you listen to that voice, the longer you stay stuck in the cycle of fear and inaction, the more your dreams slip away, out of reach. Every moment spent doubting is a moment lost. And deep down, you know that. You know that every day you wait, you're not just postponing your dreams, you're allowing doubt to win. But it doesn't have to be this way. You have the power to change it. Right now, you have everything you need to move forward. Right now, you have the strength to quiet that voice. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions, for everything to line up, for the perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist. What exists is right now. The opportunity to decide that you will not let doubt control your life anymore. The opportunity to take that first step even if you're scared. The opportunity to choose belief over fear, action over hesitation, success over failure. Doubt doesn't define you unless you let it. It's just a shadow that vanishes the moment you step into the light of belief. The moment you take action. The moment you decide that you are more than capable, more than worthy, more than ready to conquer whatever stands in your way. Doubt doesn't know who you truly are, but you do, and it's time to let that person rise. You've been fighting the wrong battle. The real battle isn't out there, it's within, and it's time to win it. It all starts with belief. Without belief, doubt thrives. But when you believe in yourself, doubt has nowhere to go. It fades into the background, powerless against your conviction. Think about it. Belief is the engine that drives you forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about knowing exactly how things will unfold. Belief is about knowing that you can figure it out, that you have the resilience to keep moving no matter what. Belief is powerful because it forces action. It pushes you to take that first step, even when you don't feel ready, even when you're terrified of failure. And here's the truth. The more you act on belief, the more you grow. The more you build momentum, and the more you realize that you are capable of things you never thought possible. Belief doesn't wait for external validation. It doesn't need perfection. It simply knows that you are enough. And when you believe in yourself, you unlock the door to a future that doubt wants to keep locked. Think back to any time in your life when you've succeeded. Did you have everything figured out? Was the path ahead clear without a single obstacle? No. You didn't have a crystal ball showing you the exact outcome. But you believed in the possibility. You believed that no matter how hard it got, you could push through. And when you believed, you took action. And when you took action, you got results. Belief is the quiet force that propels you into action. It's the fuel that keeps you moving when the world tells you to quit. It's the shield that protects you from the arrows of doubt that constantly try to pierce your heart. Belief doesn't require proof. It doesn't need guarantees. All it needs is the willingness to try, to step forward, even when the future is unclear, and trust that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Here's the key. Belief is something you can choose. It's not something you wait for, like a bolt of lightning from the sky. It's a decision. It's a moment when you decide to no longer let doubt control your narrative. It's a commitment to yourself, to your growth, and to your future. It's saying, I believe in me. I believe in my ability to figure this out. I believe that I am worthy of success, and I will not let anything stop me from reaching my potential. And when you choose belief, you shift the entire trajectory of your life. Suddenly, failure isn't something to fear, it's something to learn from. Obstacles become opportunities. Setbacks become stepping stones. Every challenge you face becomes a chance to prove to yourself that belief was the right choice. Belief turns fear into fuel. It turns doubt into determination. It transforms your mind from a battlefield of negativity into a playground of possibility. But without belief, you remain stuck. You remain on the sidelines of your own life, watching others chase their dreams while you stand still, paralyzed by the thought that you're not good enough, not ready, not capable. And the worst part? The longer you stay on the sidelines, the further your dreams drift away. The longer you wait for the perfect moment, the more time you lose. Time that could have been spent making progress, learning, growing, and moving closer to what you want. Belief is what propels you forward, even when the future seems uncertain. It's what keeps you going when the journey gets tough. Without belief, doubt will continue to dictate your decisions. It will hold you back from taking risks, from going after what you want, from pursuing the things that set your soul on fire. Doubt is a lie, and belief is the truth you need to live by. So what's stopping you from believing in yourself? Why are you letting doubt control your life? What are you waiting for? The moment when you feel ready? The moment when everything aligns perfectly? That moment doesn't exist. The moment you've been waiting for is right now. The moment when you decide to believe, to act, to step forward, knowing that no matter what happens, you are capable of handling it. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need is the belief that you are enough, that you have what it takes, and that your dreams are worth fighting for. And when you believe that, when you make that choice, you will start to see the world shift in your favor. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, and your doubts, they will disappear. The power to change your life lies within you. It's not outside of you. It's not dependent on circumstances, other people, or luck. It's within your mind, your heart, and your willingness to choose belief over doubt. And once you make that choice, you unlock a future that is limitless, filled with possibilities, filled with action, and filled with success. The only thing standing between you and that future is the belief that you are capable. Believe in yourself, and nothing will be impossible. The truth is, belief alone isn't enough. You can believe all you want, but if you don't take action, nothing will change. The most powerful thing you can do to kill doubt is to move. No matter how small the step, no matter how uncertain the path, action is the ultimate weapon against doubt. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable, that your belief isn't a fantasy, but a force that propels you forward. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Doubt wants you to wait for the perfect moment. It wants you to believe that there's some ideal time when you'll finally feel ready. But that's a lie. Perfection is a myth. The perfect moment doesn't exist. What exists is the present moment, and right now, you have everything you need to take action. If you wait for the right time, you will always be waiting. You'll never have all the answers. You'll never feel 100% ready. But if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. The key to breaking free from doubt is to act in spite of it. It's to move forward, even when you feel uncertain, even when fear is trying to hold you back. Because here's the secret: action is the antidote to fear. When you take action, even if it's imperfect, you shift the energy in your life. You stop being a passive observer and become a creator. You begin to mold your reality instead of letting doubt dictate it. The more you act, the more momentum you build. And that momentum, it's unstoppable. It's easy to stay stuck in the cycle of overthinking and waiting. We all do it. We analyze every possible outcome, calculate the risks, and try to predict every move before we even take one. But in doing so, we never actually move. We stay frozen in place, paralyzed by the idea that we need more information, more experience, or more time. But action isn't about having it all figured out. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the first step, even when you're unsure of where it will lead. That's when things start to change. Every action you take is a small victory. Every step forward is a proof of your belief. And with every step, doubt loses a little more of its power. Doubt thrives on inaction. It thrives on the belief that you're not capable, that you can't succeed, and that the world is against you. But when you take action, you prove that none of those things are true. You prove that you are capable. You prove that you can navigate uncertainty, overcome challenges, and make things happen. Every time you act, you silence doubt a little more. But here's where it gets interesting. The more you act, the more you learn, the more you grow. You see, failure isn't the enemy. Failure is just a stepping stone. It's part of the process. It's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's evidence that you're trying, that you're moving forward, that you're willing to learn. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity to refine your approach. And with each lesson, you get closer to success. This is where the real transformation happens. The more you act, the more you shift from a place of doubt and fear to a place of growth and resilience. And with every step, you start to realize that success isn't a destination. It's the journey. It's the courage to keep going, to keep moving, even when things aren't perfect, even when you're faced with obstacles. It's the determination to stay focused on your vision, no matter how many setbacks come your way. And when you embrace this mindset, everything changes. So, what are you waiting for? Why let doubt control you any longer? It's time to take action. It's time to stop overthinking, stop waiting for everything to align perfectly, and just move. Start small if you need to. Take one step forward today, even if it's just a tiny one. But take that step, make that choice. Trust that with every action you are getting closer to the life you want, to the success you deserve. You are building momentum, and when that momentum builds, nothing can stop you. Doubt will always try to find its way into your mind, but every time you take action, you remind yourself that it has no power over you. Every time you act, you prove that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are moving toward the life you've always dreamed of. Don't let fear keep you stuck. Don't let doubt hold you back from becoming the person you were always meant to be. Take action now. Step into your power. Embrace the unknown. And watch how your world transforms before your eyes. Because the truth is, you have everything you need to succeed. You just need to believe in yourself enough to take action. And when you do, you'll realize that there is no limit to what you can achieve. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the choice to act. Make that choice today. There's something else that holds us back, something even more dangerous than doubt itself, and that's the fear of what others will think. It's a silent force that influences our every decision, our every move. We fear judgment, rejection, and failure in the eyes of others. We become paralyzed by the thought that we're not good enough, that we'll be exposed as frauds, or that we'll fail and disappoint those who are watching. But here's the thing, when you're focused on the opinions of others, you're giving away your power. You're allowing someone else to dictate your worth, your potential, and your ability to succeed. The moment you stop caring about what others think is the moment you truly step into your own power. When you stop living for the validation of others, you reclaim control over your life. You stop letting fear of judgment keep you stuck. The only opinion that matters is your own. You are the one who decides what your success looks like. You are the one who defines your worth. When you stop seeking approval, you free yourself to take bold actions, to make decisions based on your own values and vision, not someone else's. But the fear of judgment doesn't just vanish overnight. It's deeply ingrained in us. We've all been taught to seek approval, to avoid rejection, to fit in. And while this instinct is natural, it's also one of the most limiting beliefs we can hold. We start to make decisions based on what others will think, instead of what's best for us. We hold back, we hesitate, and we play small, all because we're afraid that someone might not approve of our choices. The truth is, no one's opinion can define your worth. No one has the right to tell you what you can or cannot do. The people who truly matter in your life, the ones who care about you, will support you, even when you fail. They'll understand that failure is part of the journey. They'll respect you for the courage to try, for the strength to keep going, and for the unwavering belief that you are capable of achieving great things. The ones who judge you, they're not the ones you should be concerned with. Their opinions are rooted in their own fears, their own doubts, and their own insecurities. Don't let their fears become your limitations. It's time to stop living for others. It's time to stop seeking validation from people who don't have your best interests at heart. The only validation you need is the one you give yourself. When you believe in yourself, when you act on your own terms, you stop being at the mercy of others' judgments. You take control, you become unstoppable. Because when you stop worrying about what others think, you give yourself permission to go after what you truly want. You give yourself permission to fail, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. The path to success is not a straight line. It's messy. It's filled with failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But those moments don't define you. What defines you is your resilience. What defines you is your ability to keep moving forward, even when the world tells you to stop. And when you stop worrying about what others think, you free yourself to take those risks. You take the leaps that others are too scared to take. You act on your dreams without hesitation, and with every bold move you make, you silence doubt even more. Here's the truth. The people who matter won't judge you for taking risks. They won't judge you for trying something new. In fact, they'll admire your courage. They'll see your willingness to grow, to push yourself, to go after what you want. And even if you fail, they'll be there to support you, because they know that failure is just part of the process. It's not a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of your determination to get better, to improve, to evolve. The ones who judge, they are not the ones who will help you achieve your dreams. They are not the ones who will lift you up when you fall. So why let their opinions dictate your actions? Why let their fears control your life? Their voices should be nothing more than background noise, easily drowned out by the sound of your own belief, your own determination, and your own drive. You have a mission, you have a vision, and it's time to chase it without fear of judgment or rejection. It's time to step into your greatness and make the world take notice, not because you're trying to please others, but because you're doing what you were meant to do. It's time to stop making excuses and start living the life you were meant to live. It's time to stop allowing fear to control you. The world will always have critics. There will always be people who doubt you, who judge you, who try to hold you back. But you are stronger than their words. You are stronger than their opinions. You are capable of achieving greatness, regardless of what others think. So, ask yourself, why are you still letting others' opinions stop you? Why are you still allowing their judgment to keep you from taking action? You are enough. You are worthy. And the world is waiting for you to step into your power. Don't let fear of what others think hold you back any longer. Stand tall, take that step, and show the world what you're made of. Because when you stop caring about what others think, you open the door to everything you've ever dreamed of. The truth is, the biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want isn't failure. It's not even the opinions of others. The greatest barrier you'll face is the story you tell yourself. The beliefs, the narratives, the limitations you've internalized over the years that whisper in your ear telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, or that success is reserved for someone else. These self-imposed chains are what keep you trapped in doubt. And breaking free from them starts with rewriting that story. Every person has a story they live by. Some of us live in a story of scarcity, where we believe that there's never enough time, never enough opportunities, never enough resources. Others live in a story of limitation, believing that their past failures define them, or that their circumstances will always hold them back. And some of us live in a story of fear, constantly worried about what might happen, paralyzed by the what-ifs and the worst-case scenarios that only exist in our minds. But here's the thing, that story isn't the truth. It's not who you are. It's just a collection of beliefs and experiences that you've accumulated over time. And just like any story, it can be rewritten. You have the power to change the narrative. You have the power to decide who you are, what you're capable of, and what your future holds. But first, you have to confront the lies you've been telling yourself. You have to challenge the limiting beliefs that have kept you small and rewrite them with the truth of your potential. Every time you hear that voice in your head telling you that you can't, that you're not ready, that it's too hard, you have a choice. You can either listen to it or you can choose to challenge it. You can either let that voice continue to hold you back, or you can decide that today you're rewriting the story. Today you're choosing to believe in your strength, in your ability, in your worthiness of success. You're choosing to stop letting past failures define your future. You're choosing to stop believing that you're not enough. This is where real change happens, when you realize that the story you've been telling yourself is not set in stone. You are not stuck in the narrative you've been living. You are the author of your own life. You get to decide how the story unfolds. So why not choose a story of power? A story of possibility? A story where you are the hero, where you rise above your challenges, where you conquer doubt, where you achieve the success you desire and deserve? Imagine for a moment what would happen if you truly embraced this new story. Imagine if you stopped holding on to the idea that you're not enough, that success is too far out of reach. What if you chose to see every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson, every failure as part of your growth? What if you rewrote your story to reflect your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering belief that you can do anything you set your mind to? When you begin to believe in a different narrative, everything starts to shift. The world begins to open up in ways you never expected. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach suddenly appear within your grasp. Your actions become more confident, more decisive. You stop waiting for permission, and you start taking charge. You become the person you were always meant to be, the person who embraces challenges, who moves forward with courage, who rises above fear and doubt. This shift isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about truly rewriting the beliefs that have held you back. It's about identifying the stories that have kept you small and replacing them with new, empowering ones that propel you forward. Every time you feel doubt creep in, every time you hear that voice of limitation, remind yourself, this is just a story and you have the power to rewrite it. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all together, who seem to move through life with confidence and purpose. They're not immune to doubt or fear. They've simply learned to rewrite their stories. They've learned to see themselves as capable, as deserving, and as powerful. And so can you. The question is, what story do you want to live? Will you continue to tell yourself that you can't, that you're not good enough, that success is out of reach? Or will you choose a new story? One where you are unstoppable, where you face challenges with courage, where you believe in yourself even when the world doubts you. The power to change your life is in your hands. It's in your ability to change the story you tell yourself. The next time doubt creeps in, when that voice tells you that you're not enough, remember this. You are the author. You are the one who gets to decide how this story ends. And you can make the choice to rewrite it. Rewrite it with belief. Rewrite it with action. Rewrite it with a conviction that nothing can stop you. Because when you take control of the narrative, when you stop letting your past or your fears define you, that's when your real journey begins. That's when you step into your power and nothing and no one can stand in your way. It's time to face the most difficult truth of all. Your greatest enemy isn't the failure you fear or the judgment of others. It's your own lack of action. The world is filled with people who have the same dreams, the same desires, and the same ambitions. But what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the courage to act. It's the willingness to take the first step, even when the path ahead is uncertain, even when doubt looms large. The key to killing doubt lies in one simple truth. If you want to change your life, you have to take action. Action is the antidote to fear. Every time you take a step forward, even the smallest one, you weaken the grip of doubt. Because action creates momentum. It builds confidence. It proves to you, in real time, that you are capable. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know every step of the journey. What you need is the courage to start and the belief that once you begin, you will figure it out along the way. The key is to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect set of circumstances. The perfect moment will never come. There is only now. Procrastination is a silent killer. It feeds off your fears, your insecurities, and your doubts. Every time you put off taking action, every time you tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," you give more power to the voice of doubt. You're telling yourself that you're not ready, that you're not capable, that you'll never succeed. And with each delay, the gap between where you are and where you want to be grows wider. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. The harder it becomes to believe in yourself. But when you act, no matter how small the step, something incredible happens. You break free from the cycle of overthinking, the cycle of paralysis by analysis. You stop being a passive observer in your own life and start becoming an active participant. You take control of your destiny, one action at a time. You start proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are strong enough to face whatever challenges come your way. Every successful person, every person who has ever achieved anything meaningful, has faced doubt. They've questioned their abilities. They've wondered if they were good enough. But what set them apart is that they didn't let those doubts stop them. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They didn't wait for the fear to subside. They took action in spite of the fear, in spite of the doubt. And with every action they took, they became stronger. They became more confident, and they moved closer to their goals. Taking action doesn't mean you won't fail. It doesn't mean everything will go perfectly, but it does mean you'll learn. It does mean you'll grow. Each failure is a lesson, each setback a stepping stone. The more you act, the more you learn about yourself, about your strengths, and about your ability to overcome obstacles. The more you fail, the more you realize that failure is not the end. It's just another part of the journey. And with each failure, you build resilience. You become more determined. You become unstoppable. There will be moments when the doubt feels overwhelming. There will be moments when you want to give up, when the path seems too hard, too long, too uncertain. But remember this, the most powerful weapon you have is your ability to keep going, to keep taking action, even when it feels like nothing is working. Success doesn't come from never failing. It comes from getting back up every time you fall. It comes from the refusal to quit, from the decision to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead is unclear. Ask yourself, what would happen if you took action every single day? What would happen if you committed to making progress, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant it may seem? The truth is, it's the little things that add up. The small, consistent actions you take today are what will determine your future. It's not the big dramatic moves. It's the daily commitment to doing something, to moving forward, to proving to yourself that you're capable. And over time, those small actions compound. And before you know it, you'll be looking back at a path of progress, a trail of success that you built, step by step. So, what's stopping you? What's holding you back from taking that first step, from doing the thing that scares you, from pushing through the doubt? The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to act. The decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment and to start now. The decision to take that first step, even if it feels like you're walking into the unknown. Because once you start, once you take that action, you'll discover that the path becomes clearer. You'll discover that the fear begins to fade, that the doubt begins to shrink, and that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. It's time to stop letting doubt control you. It's time to take action, to move forward, to prove to yourself that you are not defined by your fears, your doubts, or your past failures. You are defined by your actions. And the moment you start acting, the moment you start taking control of your life, you will start to see the change you've been waiting for. So, take that first step. Don't wait any longer. The time is now. The future you want is waiting for you to claim it. And it starts with one simple, powerful decision: to act. The truth is, you don't have to have everything figured out to begin. You don't need to know all the answers. What you need is the belief that you are capable, and the courage to step into the unknown, knowing that every single step you take will bring you closer to the person you're meant to become. The key isn't in waiting for everything to align perfectly, it's in making the decision to move forward, no matter how uncertain the path may seem. Every successful journey, no matter how grand, starts with the courage to take that first step, even when the ground feels shaky beneath you.